Here's the Tuesday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on December 30th. The year is winding down and things are pretty quiet weather-wise. It's just cold outside, despite it being cold today. Of course, it's been a warmer than average month of December with a remarkable lack of snow. We've had under an inch here in Youngstown, second least snowiest December on record here in Youngstown, in fact. Here's the list of warmest Decembers going back to 1930 in Youngstown, and we find 2014 is in 12th place right now with average temperature of 35.5 degrees. We've got a couple of days still to enter into the record books. They will be colder than average days, so we might actually slip a little bit in our rankings here. So it's not going to be a top 10 warm December, but still we're going to finish about 4 degrees above average for the month, and that is pretty significant. So it's if you're a snow lover, this has not been your month. Here's the current situation at about 2:05 p.m. as I'm recording this on this Tuesday. I saw a couple of snowflakes trying to dance around through the sky on my way into work today. There's a little bit of snow trying to pop up here, up along the lake, and you might run into a flurry before the day is through today. No big deal at all. There's going to continue to be some lake-enhanced snow shower activity into tonight, into tomorrow, and up in the snow belts, there could be some small accumulations up here before all is said and done. But for our viewing area, this is no big deal at all, just mostly some flurries into tomorrow morning. We're kind of dancing in and out of the clouds. Some sunshine has broken through from time to time today. It's cold, only 28 here in the 2 o'clock hour in Youngstown, 28 Newcastle, upper 20s Akron, Canton, down towards Pittsburgh. It's in the lower 30s this afternoon, so it's below average. Our average highs here in late December are around 32, 33 degrees. Actually, our averages are just about hitting the bottom of that bell curve. The peak of our averages, of course, the middle of summer. The bottom of that curve, very late December into the first couple of weeks of January, and then by the second half of January, ever so slowly, our averages, both on the high and low end, start to rise once again on their way up to their summertime peaks. But we're about to head into that 2 or 3 week period where our averages are about as low as they get around here. Elsewhere across the country on this Tuesday, well, it's a cold day in a lot of the country. In fact, when you average together all of the temperatures across the country today, it's the coldest day since February for the nation as a whole. Of course, that doesn't really apply here in Youngstown, but for the nation as a whole, it's the coldest day since February. A lot of below zero temperatures out here still in the afternoon, early afternoon, Wyoming, into Montana, where it was in the teens below zero this morning, and all of this cold extends up into Canada. This is going to be the kind of the pattern over the next couple of weeks, and I'll talk about the longer range in a second. The heart of the cold is going to continue to be centered out here, not here like we had last January. Remember when we had daytime temperatures in the single digits, overnight lows a few nights in the teens below zero? At that point, the polar vortex had shifted south, and the heart of the cold was right over us. Over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a glancing blow for us. Yes, it's going to be cold. Nothing real unusual, though, for January, and the heart or the center of the cold is going to be out here, sparing us the worst of the cold weather. So that's some good news for people's heating bills and whatnot. Of course, a lot of us suffered last winter with some pretty outrageous heating bills getting through that very, very cold winter of 2013 and 2014. I mentioned how there can be some flurries around perhaps into tomorrow morning. Let's look at the NAM model into tomorrow morning here. We'll skip ahead to daybreak on New Year's Eve. Tomorrow morning, if you have the day off, well, it's going to be cold outside, but, it's not going to do much. We're talking about scattered flurries into tomorrow morning as soon as the simulated radar loads up. There it is. Maybe a little lake enhancement going on here tomorrow morning, extending down into especially the northern half of Trumbull, northwestern Mercer counties, kind of the north of I-80 zone. Farther south you are, the smaller chance there is of seeing any snowflakes tomorrow morning. And these will fade away by noon. Here's early tomorrow afternoon. As the wind begins to shift more to a southwesterly direction, all these bands are going to continue shifting north up into northwestern PA. So we will be snow-free for the festivities tomorrow evening. If you are going to be driving, of course, be safe tomorrow evening, but no weather-related problems whatsoever as we ring in the new year. Let's take a look at the GFS model here, skipping ahead to, let's go ahead to midnight, right? A little after midnight, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. High pressure is down over Tennessee, and it's going to be breezy. It's going to be cold outside, but no snow to worry about for New Year's Eve. In fact, we're going to stay quiet through the end of the week. Let's skip ahead to the weekend. starting to see more model agreement today, which is a good thing. So our confidence is increasing as to the sequence of events this weekend. The storm that's going to impact the southwest with a lot of snow is going to track our way, but it's going to track far enough north and west that it's going to drag in the mild air. So during the mid to late afternoon on Saturday, this is a close call. There could be a period where there's some freezing rain or sleet, kind of a wintry mix. It's going to be close, though. I think the temperature might be right around 32 as the precipitation arrives Saturday afternoon, probably late in the afternoon. So any sort of freezing rain is probably not going to last long, and temperatures should get above freezing pretty quickly. But again, something to watch out for late afternoon Saturday. But it's going to change over to plain rain. As we go into Saturday night, the center of our low on the GFS here, almost right over Columbus, bring in enough warm air that we're going to see a changeover here to just a chilly rain for Saturday night. Now, if you're hoping for some snow, if you're a snow lover, I think Sunday is going to be a windy and colder day with falling temperatures. And I do think there'll be some snow showers wrapping back in behind the system. And if we get enough of these, if there's some squalls involved, there might be some small, fairly minor accumulations on Sunday. We'll fine-tune and tweak that forecast. This isn't a snowstorm, but we might get enough to coat the ground in some spots on Sunday if we get some squalls involved. And that's kind of the pattern-changing storm for a while. It looks awfully blustery and cold for the first half of next week. Next Monday, as a lot of us are heading back to work and school, as soon as the data loads, there it is. This is a cold day on Monday. There'll probably be some lake-enhanced snow flurries around. And these long-range temperatures are looking cold. Now let's start with a look at a big chunk of time here. This is today through the middle of January on the GFS ensemble model. Temperature anomalies for that 16-day period. Notice, again, the heart of the cold centered out here. But yes, overall, the next couple of weeks are likely to average out below average in our neck of the woods. Not by a ton, but, it looks to be colder than average for the first half of January, while the southeast will be pretty warm, especially in Florida. Now, that's the next 16 days. When we look at the last part of that time period, the 8 days from January 7th through the 15th, notice it looks pretty similar to the first map. Again, the heart of the cold is centered out here across Canada, northern tier of the U.S., Lansing below for us. So bottom line, for the next couple of weeks, with this kind of pattern, there's going to be a battle zone with the cold and the mild air in through here. And this pattern may produce some snow for us at times near the battle zone. The ridge over the southeast, that ridge of high pressure is going to try to flex its muscle, but Arctic air is going to continue trying to fight that. And wherever that battle zone sets up, there's going to be some wintry precipitation. So you snow lovers, don't give up hope yet. Tons and tons of winter left. And during the first half of January, even though it's not going to be extremely cold, there may be some opportunities for some snow across eastern Ohio and western PA. That's the Tuesday weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you right back here on New Year's Eve afternoon. In the meantime, check out my forecast on the TV side tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11.